Okay, guys, I'm back. So we're going to continue on our path of making another book so we can have fun together. And we stopped here, right? And I did put this under a couple books. Just, I had to run to the post office, came back, and now I'm ready. So this next part, we're going to get in our elastic binding. And I use graph paper for this. This is just the way I feel comfortable. I feel like it really takes a lot of the guesswork out. And I actually measure from the front, not from the inside. I feel like now that I've covered this, and actually it might be easier on this one because I can see my two lines. But I found sometimes when I work on this inside, maybe it's not as well centered as when I work on the outside. So this is just the way I choose to do it. And I'm going to actually think this works. Now, one thing to keep in mind when we do elastic binding is that my pages are going to be this long, right? They're not going to be the same size as my book because my pages go in here. I thought I had a page handy that I did in here. Anyway. Oh, here's one. So, see, it's quite a bit smaller than the actual book, right? So, I wouldn't recommend, try and get as much as you can, right? I'm going to go, well, hold on one sec. Let's see. Here's a piece of regular notebook paper. Let me grab one of these. If I can, without knocking everything over. Here's one. I'm just going to fold this in half and take a look and see. This might help me decide. Okay, so even this is bigger than this actual book. It's pretty much the exact same size. So I know I'm going to have to cut all my pages down a little bit, and that's fine. That does not bother me. So I'm going to go this way. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I have to talk this up. So here's my paper. Here's my graph paper. I'm going to measure out what I think. I'm going to cut this little edge off just because when it comes to this part, I'm a little, I just feel like I just take my time and make sure that's where I want it because I want full squares. Okay, there's my full square. Okay, it helps me, never mind. Okay, so I want to go, I think I'm going to go 4 and center that. So I'm going to make, I know 4, but I'm going to mark it anyway because my brain gets tired. Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut that. And some people just eyeball it. Man, with this, because I'm so far along, and if I mess it up now, I'll be really sad. So I just take my time and get a little crazy. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And I'm going to get my clamps, which I thought I had everything, and look at me. Constantly getting up. Okay, it's okay. I got some right to go. I got a clamp right here. I love these. I use these a lot. And I'm going to decide. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold it in half and find my center. So there's my center. Okay. And I think I'm going to go 1 here and 1 here. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 2 signatures for this book. That's not that big of a spine. I could probably, I'm going to do 2. I might be able to get in 3, but I'd rather have 2 and have more room to play. I've seen several artists do this, in fact. I didn't do it originally, but I'm going to try it. So they double up they're elastic. I know Seven Plaza did this and Treasure Books did this, and you can do 2 signatures for each. So this actually gives me 6 signatures. So you put one in, one signature in, sorry, one string. And then you'd put one in this one. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So this is actually going to have 4 signatures, but we're going to do 2 strings. So here we go. So I'm going to mark, I'm going to get this situated again to where I want it. Okay. Taking my time because, like I said, I've come this far. I'd rather just take my time and be happy with the results. Okay, so I'm going to go there. Make sure that's nice and straight. I'm going to clamp it down here. Where's another baby one? Here's one. I have a bee in here. Probably be smart if I just shut the door and then I wouldn't get bees inside all the time, but yeah. Okay, let's just make sure. Okay, we're good. And I'm gonna close it. Okay, see, I see that that is not right. So I'm gonna move it over a little. Move this one over a little. I'm gonna close it again. And take a look at it. I think come over just a little more. I like it when I can do things and they become foolproof, because the minute I get cocky and think I don't need to do stuff like this is the minute I regret it. But if you don't need to do this, you don't have to. Okay, so I like it right there. Okay, so I'm going to go as close as I can without going over. So I'm actually going to pull this one down just a little bit. And I'm going to pull that one up. Okay, I'm going to do my whole... Drop my pencil. I'm going to do my whole here, here, here. And that way I get as much paper as I can. I go there, there, and there. That's how I'm going to do mine. Okay. And I got my awl. And I'm going to punch my holes. Okay. And I'm just going to take my time. I don't want to... hurt my book. Okay, I'm through. Let's do this one. Oh, see, I don't like to do that. I don't like to, but it's fabric, so it's not. But if it was paper, it could like look like the hole blew out a little. So I try to control it if I can. One here. Okay. One here. And sometimes I twist it a little. There we go. We're through. All right, flip it and do these ones. Now, like I said, I've watched so many videos, and they're all kind of similar in how to do this. I mean, like, I think we've been doing this so long. I don't know that anyone can call covering a book with fabric theirs, but we all do it our own way, right? Okay, so I got my holes in. And I'm going to leave this for just a second. Let's see, where's my elastic? Now, I've linked to this before. I'll try to remember to link to it again. Uh-oh, where did I put it? I just had it. I just have this chocolate brown. I use it for everything. If I found some at the thrift shop or at Goodwill Outlet, I'd buy it, but I'm not going to buy 20 different colors. And brown, since almost all of my journals are nature inspired, it's my thing. It works with just about everything. So I'm going to, and this can be hidden except on the inside. So I'm going to remember how to do this. Okay, I'm going to go from the inside out. But you know what I'm going to do? You know what I did? But it doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to see it. Oh, okay, guys. Don't do these middle holes. I had a moment. I'm sorry. Just do this top holes and the bottom holes. Don't do the middle holes. Thankfully, this fabric is so busy, you're not going to be able to see it. And I'm going to cover the outside. I'm going to cover this, and you definitely can't see it in there. So we're fine. But just don't do the middle holes. I'm so embarrassed. I'm such a doodle. So I put my awl through. Hold on. So I can find the hole because, okay, it's really hard to see. I see my needle right here. And now I'm going to find my big needle. I put them in here so I don't lose them. Where is it? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. I think this one's it. Where are you? Ah, here it is. I think this one's it. Let me see. And this is 1mm elastic cord. I bought it from Amazon. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. But what I don't like about the Dollar Tree is they only give you a little bit. And then they give you white, black, and brown. And I'll use the black and the brown, but I never really like the white. I mean, I guess you could stain it, but... Is that the right needle? It's gotta be. Why am I having a hard time getting that through? It's gotta be. Come on. How embarrassing. What is going on here? Usually it goes right through. This gotta be the right needle. Oh. Is it the right needle? Hold on, let me just look one more time. I'm sorry, guys. I know. How embarrassing. Well, shoot. It's definitely the right needle, but why is it not going through? I never had a problem before. What is going on? This would be a good time to edit a video, right? Okay. Hold on. I'm going to pause you for a minute while I figure this out. You know what happened? Y'all are going to laugh. I had the wrong needle. I knew something was wrong. Okay, here we go. Let's move it along. Okay, I have the right needle now. I should have threaded it before I hit start again. Oh my God. Lordy, lordy. Okay, we're good. We're good. There we go. Yeah, I was like, it went right through last time. Okay, let me get this needle out of the way. This is the needle. Okay, so I have my awl right here just so I can see my hole on this black fabric. And I'm just going to pull it out. And now, okay, we're good. And because I have that book board in there, I'm going to grab my pliers because it's pretty thick. So I'm going to flip this out. And I know it's really hard to see because this fabric's pretty busy. But I'm pulling, I use my pliers, and I'm just going to pull through, okay? And I'm going to come down to this one. Is that it? flip that up. Okay, right here. Grab it. Put my thread back into my needle because I'm a doodle. I'm probably making this look way more convoluted than it needs to. Sorry, guys. Oh, well. It's fine. Okay. I'm going to go right back to this hole. Now, I'm going to pull this string to the left just so I can see. There we go. Back in. There's my needle. I'm going to pull it. Okay. I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to grab this piece. I'm going to cut some off. Put this in the needle. This is just how I do it. You might have a better way. Okay. And I'm just going back through this hole because I want 2 pieces of elastic in here. There it is. Now, if you want your binding to show fine, and Treasure Books does a really good job of like showing how to make it more decorative. And we did in the last tutorial, right? We like made it crisscross and we put beads and everything. I'm going to make these invisible. So that's what this tutorial is today. I'll link to the other one in case you want to do something more decorative. Okay. Now, let's talk about these strings on the inside. First, make sure they're side by side and not crisscrossing. There we go. Okay. And second, I don't want these so tight that this edge of the paper, like when it's in here, it'll start to kind of split it. So we don't want to do that. So I want it kind of, I want to have a little snap, but not super tight. So I'm going to tie, and I'm going to hold it and kind of check. Yeah, that's good to me. Okay, so I'm going to tie it. Whoa, where's my string? Right over left, left over right, right? And we're gluing this in place, so we're going to be okay. Okay. I am going to cut off some of that excess. Let's do the next one. Did that seem way too complicated, guys? I'm sorry if it did. Do you ever do things, but you don't necessarily think about how you do them? I shouldn't say that since I am technically trying to teach, right? Okay. I'm going to get this back in my needle. Come on. Why am I having problems today? I don't know. Life likes to play with us a little sometimes. Come on, go in there. Come on. Why are you being difficult? Usually it slides right through. I don't really know why today it's not. I have no idea. Other than I'm on camera. Because that's when things don't work, is when you're on camera. Okay. There. Yeah, I don't know what the problem was. Okay. And the reason I leave this paper here for a minute is just so I can see, right? So I can see where my holes are, because that fabric's really busy. You may not need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to, there's my hole. Hold on. I'm just using it. Ah, there it is. It helps guide me to where my hole is. So that's just how I roll. I'm going to pull it through. I'm going to come down. I think I can feel this next hole. Where's my awl? Where's my awl? I'm going to use this. Ah, bummer. Okay, it's okay. We got this. Is that it? I am trying to... Okay, there it is. Sorry, guys. I normally don't really have a problem because the paper is usually light enough, but this time it is not. So, when you have these really busy fabrics, it can be really hard to see your hole. There you go. Because I don't want a gaping hole. I don't want it to be like really ugly. So, I try to use the smallest hole I can. Okay, so there we go. Let's go. We don't even need these clamps anymore. Let's get those out of the way. Let's go back through this one. Now we know exactly where it is because we have a string coming out of there. There we go. And back out. Okay. There we go. Take my needle off. Don't need that anymore. Thank goodness. Okay, let's make sure these are nice and side by side, not crisscrossed. Okay. Tighten them up. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to pull as much string off because I don't want to be wasteful. So I'm going to pull this one down. Oh, that's my tie. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's look at it one more time. Make sure it's still nice and neat. Looks good. Okay. And I'm going to tie it. Right over left. Let me cut that off. Okay. Right over left, left over right. Okay. Get this out of the way. Okay. So there's my 4 strings. Yeah. Looking good. Okay. So we have some snap, but we're not super. So like, I don't care about tying this on the outside because I'm getting ready to cover it up. Now, this is what I do. I'm going to take a tiny bit. I'm going to cut this little piece off and cut this little piece off. Okay. I'm going to get, where is it? You know what? I'll just use this. Nope. Hold on. Little tiny piece of wax paper. Okay. And I like to add a dab of glue on each of these. Just really don't want them to come untied. I really don't. So, little glue reinforcement. Just a dab and a dab. Okay. Okay. And that just makes me feel more confident. So that's what I do. Okay. Now, I'm going to do what I did here, which is another piece of cloth covering. I like the contrast. I like having 2 different fabrics. And I'm going to use this one. So let's see. Is this long enough like this? It is. Yay. Okay. And how much do I want? Now, it's completely up to you. Do you want it to come way over? Do you want it to be really skinny? Do you not want it at all, right? I'm just showing you how these things are done, and then you pick what you like and leave what you don't. And one of the things I do like to do I got my book gut. I'm going to put it back in here. Because look, now it's nice and flat and I can really see. Is that the right? Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. I got so many insides of books laying around at this point. Or was it? It wasn't this. No, it's definitely not that one. Okay, let me move that. Okay, here we go. So we're going to just take a look. I like mine not to be super, because I want to do some decorating. So I'm thinking like that. I like those too. I know it's kind of busy, but you know, I'm weird. Okay. So I'm going to cut. I just cut a little spot to let me know where I wanted to cut. And let's see. Oh, and there we go. You know, one of the things I love about junk journaling is how little of each supply we need. Like these really pretty fabrics, which I've never bought fabric before because, well, I bought a couple, but I've always been a little like, I'll find it for free. But even when I bought these really beautiful ones from the quilting shop, the Cotton Company, I think I got 4 different fabrics for less than $10 because I only buy a quarter yard. And that's plenty to do several junk journals. Okay, so I'm fraying this a little because I like the way it looks. So I'm going to pull these out. See. Come on. Okay. And just, that looks good. Okay. Put this up. Okay. That should be good. Okay. That can't, I don't think that's the right book for in here, but it's fine. It works. And now I wanted to glue this over the top. And this is too long, so I need to cut it down a little. Let's go right here. I don't know if this will tear. Oh, it did. Yay! I love it when it tears. I hate it when it doesn't. Okay, because tearing is so much easier than cutting. Okay, so now I have this, and I'm just gluing this over. I know, you guys understand what I'm doing. So it's gonna look like that, right? Okay. Easy peasy. Now, I've got these very small knots. I'm going to give them a little clamp with my pliers just to flatten them so it's a flat knot. And it's barely noticeable. Okay. Let's take a look. How do I want that? Do I want this? I know. I want it this way. Okay. So I want it to be pretty even on either side. I don't want one side to be really... Okay. So I'm checking it like that, right? So this piece of fabric goes all the way to here, and this one only goes to here. So I want it to be even. So I'm going to pull it out a little. That looks good. Okay. And I'm going to glue it down. Let's get our Fabri-Tac. I'm going to start by gluing this spine, the front. No, I'm not. I'm lying to you. I am lying to you. I'm going to start by doing this little piece. Okay. Yeah, okay. Making sure I had it where I wanted it. I'm going to glue here, and then I'm just going to keep coming. So, I got my cardboard handy. And this first glue is almost just to pin it down so that I can not worry about it moving while I'm doing the rest. Okay, so there we go. Might need a little more because I can come in and do these other flaps, right? Okay. So now I know I'm even, I know I'm pinned, and I can just keep going. So now I can take the book out, fold this over. This is just how I do it. I'm sure there's lots of ways to do it, and you may have a better way. I'm just showing you the way I do it. Okay. Okay. I spread. I don't want big gunches. Okay. Bring this. Just take your time. Make sure it looks neat. Okay. And this last piece, and then we're ready. We're ready to make a junk journal. Well, we made the junk journal. We're ready to put pages in and have all the fun. Okay, let's see. Let me spread it. Sorry, almost forgot. Okay. It's a tiny bit longer on this side, but not really once you close it. Not noticeably. Let's put it that way. Not noticeably. And that's really all that matters. Okay, and then I would just put a tiny layer of glue right here just to get... I don't want it completely... I want this very edge just to have some little movement. Not that much. Like the fray. But, again, this kind of goes back to it being sort of aesthetic, right? Like you'll like what you like. And each of us is unique and different, which is what makes looking at junk journals so much fun. Okay. I love that. I love how we each have our own styles. Okay. And we're good, guys. So there's... Let me just making sure it looks as good as possible. Okay. So there's our junk journal, guys. So I've got this. The inside looks like that. And now we can start having fun with it. But before we go, I want to show you one more thing. I know y'all are busy. I'm sorry. I just want to show you one more. Well, okay. This is what I'll just talk to you about it because otherwise I'll be doubling up. Like this journal here, I love this cover. I love that it's like got a little love to it, and it's a little old and a little faded and very vintagey, and this like this orange, very vintage orange with this gold relief. I think it's awesome. I don't want to mess with it too much. So I'm going to do what I did here. I'm going to reinforce the inside, make that all pretty. But instead of doing fabric all the way around, I'm only going to do it here. And I just think that's going to be really cute. And maybe put some gold book corners here. Maybe add a little something. But listen, I just think it's going to be really cool. Last thing I want to talk to you, tell you. And then the next video, we're going to start having fun. I'm not going to decorate the front of this because that's kind of your thing, right? On this one, you can see it really well in real life, but I put these gold beads on. And then listen, I want to tell you about this because I found this gold ribbon at Walmart, and I've seen this in fancy scrapbooking shops. This was like $1.50 for a whole roll of this. And you know what I did? I just break pieces off and distress it a little. And I got that look. And it's just gorgeous. So I thought I'd share that find, that Walmart find, because when I find something for super cheap that I love, I get very happy. In fact, well, I'm a little anti-Walmart right now, but I wish I'd gotten more of this because I kind of love it. Okay. Listen, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope you liked the tutorial. If you genuinely enjoyed it and genuinely want to see more, go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow. If not, it was fun having you here today. And we're almost at the beginning of summer, so let's get a little crazy this time. Okay, enjoy your day. Bye.